Hi everyone, I'm Don from Langara Makerspace, and today we're going to have a look at preparing your file for our Epson 44-inch wide color printer using Adobe Photoshop. So first off, go ahead and open up Adobe Photoshop. Then we're going to go to File and New. And the first thing we want to do is the resolution. Make sure this is 300 pixels per inch. You don't want to do this later because it can change the size up here. So make sure it's 300. And we want CMYK, not RGB. That's what our color printer will want. And then we're going to go up to the width. Now the maximum size is 44 inches, but check with Makerspace on this because we do have some rolls that are 42 inches. So make sure we have the 44 inches loaded. If we're using 42 inches, then you would put this at 42. Now the height depends on the images or collage you're putting in here. So it's best to be oversized, and then we're going to change that just before we save the file at the end. So let's just go, I don't know, 30 inches for now. So we got 44 inches wide, 30 inches, and 300 resolution. CMYK, go create. So this is our file. First thing we want to do is make sure our rulers are up there. I can see the rulers right now. If you don't have them up there, just go up to View and click on Rulers. Okay. We can right-click on this and change the units to whatever you're comfortable with. So I'm going to go back to inches, and then we can see the 44 inches, and we can see the 30 inches here. Now the next thing we want to do is bring in our images or a collage that we already have built. I'm just going to go to File. I'm going to Place Embedded. Now make sure you don't do Place Linked, because that means if you go somewhere else, you have to bring that linked file with you. It's best to just place embed, so it puts the actual image right into this file. So place embedded. I'm going to select 3 different images here. You just have to hit enter each time. Now another way to do this is actually just open up these images in a tab up here, and you can just copy and paste them in. That's actually the way I prefer to do it. So I'm just going to make a collage here. This printer will print edge to edge. Now if I was going to size up one of these images, just keep this in mind. You can size images up, but this is the resolution it's going to print at. So if I size this image up, for instance, it's going to get a little bit pixelated and possibly blurry and even jagged. You can try it if it's a poster that's viewed from a bit of a distance, then it's probably fine. But keep that in mind that if you do scale up images at the final print size, then there could be some quality loss, okay? So there's my collage. I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm just going to left click on this ruler and drag a guideline down. Make sure everything's lined up to the bottom here. Now this is almost ready to save, but you can see this area here. It's white, but the printer's still going to print this, thinking this is part of the print. So you're going to waste all this page. So what we want to do is now change the size of it's called the canvas. So I'm just going to zoom in a bit, and it looks like we're about 9 1/4. It should be fine at 9 1/4. So go up to Image, Canvas Size, and I'm going to change this to 9.25. And make sure the anchor's at the top so it's coming down to the image. So I'm just going to go OK, say yes, proceed to this, the clipping, and there we have it. Now there's no waste on this image. I'll just get this guideline out of the way so you can see it. One last thing. You have to specify to Makerspace that you want this image printed edge to edge. Very important. If you don't specify that, then this print will print a little bit narrower and put a bit of a white edge on each side. So if you want it full, Make sure you specify edge to edge. If you don't want it the full size, then it will put a slight white border on each side. Okay? So at this point I'm ready to save my image. Now first I'm going to go File, Save As, because I haven't saved yet. It's actually good to do this at the beginning. So I'm going to save demo 44001. Now, don't want to save as a copy, but I want the layers on and I want the IC profile on. This is in case I want to come back here and edit this later. Maybe want to change the order of it or something. So just go Save. Make sure maximum compatibility is checked. Otherwise, if you try to open it on an older version of Photoshop, then it may not open correctly. So go OK, and that's great. Now, there's one last step. We want to save another file, and this is for outputting at Makerspace. So now I'm going to go to File. I'm going to go Save As again. But this time I'm going to click on the Save As type. I'm going to go down to Photoshop PDF. Okay? Now we do want to save it as a copy. Make sure you save it as a copy, because otherwise it'll overwrite the PSD. Make sure Layers is unchecked this time, because we don't want to come back and edit this. And make sure IC Profile is still on. Then go Save. Just say OK to this. Now this is the PDF quality pop-up here. So make sure it's high quality print. Make sure it's compatibility with Acrobat 5 is good. And we want to make sure all these are unchecked. So options No to preserve editing, No to embed, and No to optimize for fast viewing. And then click Save PDF. And you can either bring this in on a USB stick into Makerspace, or if you're uploading it for us to output it, you now have to zip compress the file. And there's instructions on the same page that you found this video on how to do that. So I hope that helps, and I'm looking forward to seeing your work.